What's going on, guys? Sumi here with Thoughtcast, and today I'm going to teach you how to ask her out. Look, a lot of you ask me, how do I ask a girl out? And a lot of you just go for the jugular. You want to go on a date, so on and so forth. That is not what you want to do. Do not do this. I'm going to teach you how to ask her out in the best way possible to avoid the idea of rejection, because a lot of you are scared to be rejected. A lot of you are nervous, awkward, shy, and you don't want to mess up the relationship because you might work with this person, you might go to school with this person, you might be close to this person. They may even be your friend. And that is the problem right there, where you're tipping into that zone where you don't want to make it awkward in future interactions. First and foremost, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to just openly say this. Look, you cannot be scared to get rejected. Getting scared to get rejected is the number one way you're going to lose girls. That idea in itself, you having the fear of being rejected, is the number one things girls do not like. Girls are interested in guys that are confident. Girls are interested in guys that don't care. If she says no to you, I don't care. If she says no to me, I don't care. It's all good. Your loss. I know what value I have to offer, and you know what value you have to offer. And you're over here getting sad about a girl saying no to you when you know you would have given her the world. That is her loss. I'm telling you that right now. But if you really want to maximize your chances of getting to know her, I'm going to give you a little bit of a game plan here. So, first and foremost, right, you don't want to ask her out for the one-on-one dinner date. Dinner dates are the worst, because what you're doing is you're creating a situation where even if she says yes, you're sitting across from each other. There's no physical connection whatsoever, so the kiss at the end of the date is super awkward. If she likes you, it's static. If she hates you, she's a prisoner until the check arrives. And honestly, it's very intimidating because you're sitting interview style across from this person. It's you versus me. Not a good idea, okay? And if you take her to a really nice restaurant, it might set the tone of you just spending money. And if you take her to a bad restaurant, she may not appreciate you or think you didn't try it. Look, there's a lot of different factors there. Don't do this. What I want you to do is invite her out socially. So look, you got to have your social circle in place. Talk about the 7 layers, right? If you haven't checked that out, DM me or check out my programs where I talk about the 7 layers of life. A lot of stuff to talk about. That's a whole different thing. But you need to have a social circle before you start dating. You cannot date women until you have a social circle, because otherwise you're just creating problems for yourself. When the relationship goes bad, you have no one to fall back on. And when the relationship is good, you have no one to really emphasize and accelerate the relationship and make it seem that you actually have some worth. So you have a social circle, you have your friends. What I want you to do is go out with them. Go to a bar, go to a restaurant, go do something nice. And I want you to say this: hey, Sarah, me and my buddies are going out to XYZ bar at 8 o'clock. You can bring some friends if you like. I'd love to see you there. And then just wait for her reaction, right? And she could be like, I don't think I can make it. Let's say she says that, right? Okay. No problem. I'll see you next time. Maybe I'll give you a little bit more of a heads up. That's all. You didn't get rejected. You're still going with your friends. See, the mindset you gotta have is that you're asking her out to a movie, but instead of saying, do you want to go to this movie with me? It's, I'm gonna go watch this movie. I'd love for you to join me. Should I get you a ticket? That's the mindset you need to be in. Because if she says no, you're still going to the movie. Who cares? You're watching the movie, man. It doesn't matter. And she's going to see that you're unfazed by the answer. And it's not a hard rejection. It's not a, no, I don't want to go with you. It's, no, I don't think I can make, all right, cool. I'm going to go by myself. I'm going to enjoy Jurassic Park 5, I guess, by myself. I think it's on 5, right? So my point is, with everything, you have to be social first, because you're demonstrating that you do things outside of work or whatever situation you're in. You have friends. You're interested in getting to know her, and you're not necessarily giving her that direct one-on-one because you're allowing other people to be there. Like the movie example is one thing, but I would typically invite them out to a restaurant or a bar or someplace social with a group of friends. And what I recommend is inviting her friends as well. That way you're not one-on-oneing her. That way you're diffusing the invite to a bunch of people. Right? She's going to be a lot more comfortable to go out with her friends, and her friends might want to meet your friends, so on and so forth. And when you're there with her, you give her that attention. Hey, how are you? Who are your friends? And you make a good impression on her friends. Look, if you win the friends, you win her. That's the thing right there. So you got to be really good with the friends. When the friends come in, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Can I get you something to drink? Blah, blah, blah. Look, guys, let me say this as well. If you're not getting girls drinks, if you're not getting them something, if you're not doing a favor first, you're never going to be good at dating. I'm telling you right now. Don't listen to the dating coaches out there that literally talk about 50-50 relationships. If you really want to get success with women, you have to kind of open up your wallet. I'm just keeping it real. You should not be dating if you are not financially stable enough to take care of yourself and somebody else. Like, you don't need to splurge and fund her lifestyle, but in the initial phases, do a favor. Take care of things. Pay for the dinner. Come on, it's going to get you better results. After that interaction goes well, you want to take her on a date, but not a one-on-one dinner date, okay? You want to take her on something that's engaging. You don't want to take her on the one-on-one dinner date yet. That third date, hold off on that, okay? I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to give you 10 ideas that you could take her on, and these are going to be a lot more activity, and this is going to allow her to build that engagement with you. Okay, so number one, this is a little bit more social, take her mini golfing. So number one, mini golfing. This is awesome. If you suck at golfing, great. If you're good at golfing, show off. But mini golfing is very good. Number two, take her on a coffee date. Take her to a quick coffee shop and get a bite to eat and listen to the music or do something fun at a coffee shop. Coffee shops often have board games, and it's a great way to just pass the time. Number three, go to a picnic in the park. Plan something fun. Be a little creative, okay? Get a charcuterie board and some wine. Do something fun. Number four, art museum. I don't know anything about art, but I'll talk about it for days. Wander the art museum and talk about this painting or that painting and talk about how much you like art in general or how you're uncultured. Either way, she's going to appreciate the thought and you taking her to something that is not typically normal. Number five, go to a class together. Learn something together. The process of you learning together and growing together sets a foundation and a standard of the relationship that you guys are going to build together. And that's what partnerships are about. So go to a cooking class, go to a yoga class, go to an art class, go to a class besides your college, okay? Do something outside of that. Number six, go on a hike or a nature walk. Now, if it's super cold, wouldn't recommend this, but if it's nice and sunny outside, get a little bit of exercise out there. Show her that you can be adventurous. Number seven, one of my favorite ones, comedy shows. Comedy shows are great. There is nothing that makes her more attached and like you than just laughing. And if the comedy sucks, you can talk crap about it. And if it's good, you can laugh together. Number eight, another good one, wine tasting. These are a winner, okay? I'm not sure how effective wine tasting is on understanding wines. I don't understand what a wine connoisseur is, but the process of just tasting new stuff and judging it and being, this is good, this is taste of this or that, it's fun. Number nine, this is actually really good and really clever, and it's worked for me a bunch of times. Volunteer work. You tell them, hey, I'm going to be volunteering here at the soup kitchen. Do you want to go with me? It's a date. And it's not normal, but it shows that you have that side of you, that good side of you. And it's really fun. I love volunteering. And throughout my high school, I volunteered a lot. And even in college, I volunteered quite a bit. So volunteer work is something that's very close and dear to me. People in general are really going to show their true colors if they say no to volunteer work. 10, another good one, amusement parks. Go to Six Flags. Go to Hershey Park. I don't know what's around you, but go to amusement park because they're fun. You guys are kids again. And it's not about finding someone that you can grow old with. It's someone that you can be a kid with again. That's what real relationships and partnerships are about. So these 10 ideas are going to be really good for the second date. The third date is where you guys have solidified on the second date, and that's when you take her to dinner. That's when you guys have built that interaction, and you guys can taste food together, and you guys have created that intimacy and that conversation. Listen, another thing I'm going to tell you guys, I wouldn't even really try to bed her until the third date. I'm just keeping it real with you. A lot of you go for the jugular, the first date kill, and you'll listen to all the stuff where like, oh, no, just hook up with her. I'm talking about if you really want to have a serious relationship with this girl, because if you don't want to have a serious relationship with this girl, then why are you even nervous in the first place? Now we're back at square one. If you're nervous to ask a girl out, it's probably because you like her. And if you're nervous about her, but you just want to hook up with her, look, it ain't even worth it. Just go out there. It's a numbers game at that point. If you want to hook up with women, and that's genuinely your intention, it's a numbers game. Go to a bar, go to a nightclub, talk to women, be upfront. It's going to work out better for you. But if you really want to get to know a girl and create that partnership, which is 9 times out of 10 what I recommend, because just hooking up with girls is a complete waste of time. I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. At a certain point, sex is boring. Like, if you've done it enough and you've been through it enough, you don't need it anymore. So all the guys out there that are like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go hook up with the girl. Like, what are you doing wasting your time? What a lame. Like, that's what you want your life to be? The 20 minutes or 30 minutes of physical pleasure and boom, you're done? Look, I get it. It's fun. But at the end of the day, it gets boring after a while after you've done it so many times. If you really want to create that genuine connection with the girl, really start doing these steps. Invite her out socially first. Then do a cool date, a cool meetup. It's not necessarily a sit-down, very serious date, but it's a cool activity that you do. The third one is a dinner date. The dinner date is a serious one where you show her that you're really serious about her. And you go by the 3-3-3 rule, right? 3 dates is really going to see if you guys have an attraction. You should typically have a date every week, so it should be 3 weeks. That 3 weeks is when you guys decide if it makes sense for you to keep talking. And then after 3 months is when you decide if that commitment is going to be solidified and really put in place. But all this being said, guys, you know where to find me if you want any information. Until next time, sue me out.